I watched the Real Housewives season 17, episode 1, and I have thoughts. First off, I really do like K. Michelle and Porsha together. They make sense. Same energy, same relationship chaos. It works. But Shamia and Kelly, I don't know where the fuck that came from. It feels contrived, however the fuck you want to say it. I'm not saying that it's fake, but it definitely feels forced. Then we get to the scene with Shamia. Now, we already know your man halfway don't even want you on the show, let alone him be on it himself. So all this drama about him being rerouted, I'm sure he probably has the proof, but I don't know. Something to me not adding up. Then when they start having a conversation, Shamia and Kelly. Now, Kelly, I like you. I love Little Hobbit. But this is your second season. Why are you still worried about Porsha and Simon? Yes, Porsha did some shady shit. We all saw it. But it's done. You cannot put milk back inside of the carton. Also, Shamia wanted a moment so bad. Don't get me wrong. Her body movement confessional about the text was all good. It was funny. So only time will tell if that would really be a moment or not. But then when all of the girls sat down at Porsha's dinner, you know, you shaking your head in agreement with everything that Porsha's saying when Porsha's saying that it was all good. And that she felt like she had closure and that the conversation was productive. That was fake as hell. Now, Pinky, I'm watching you because I feel like she playing neutral, but not in a genuine way. It's giving waiting to move when the time is right. Also at Porsha's party, the friend, why he jump up and thank everybody for coming out like this was his house? And listen, he was fine. Or is, but that's neither here nor there. Sir, relax. Now, K. Michelle and Charles, hilarious. Same personality, same energy. Low-key, the duo that nobody never knew that they needed. Also, Drew, why you throwing shade at K. Michelle? Be, like, so serious right now. Phaedra is still a liar. Tell me I'm wrong. Now, episode 2, I really have some thoughts. Well, not many, because I'm kind of bored at this point with episode 2. Episode 1 was already mid as hell, but episode 2 didn't really give me anything. Only reason I'm really here is for Angela and K. Michelle. Other than that, I'm waiting for it to pick up. Here we are, second episode, and Kelly is still concerned about Porsha and Simon. That shit already happened. She is never going to tell the truth about that. So either you just accept it or move it along. And if you can't accept that, then stop trying to be in her space. Because the way you switched up after that meetup, after you, her, and K. Michelle had crumpets and shit, was fake. And I don't like that shit. Because when you was in her face, you wanted to clink glasses and shit. But then after the fact, you meet up with the other girls and you got all this energy. Nah, stand on it the first time. Let's not forget, you didn't really have all that heat when you got called out for sleeping with a married man. I felt bad for K. Michelle. When it came down to the performance situation, that was tough to watch. You know, I hate to see people sad, especially about something that they've been dealing with for so long and it's not changing. And a lot of our decisions do hit us later on in life. Some mistakes are irreversible and you just got to deal with it, you know? But overall, episode 2, yikes. I'm still waiting for the season to pick up. Now, episode 3 is where things are just starting to get just a little bit interesting. When it comes down to K. Michelle and her husband casting, I'm not sure. Like, something about him just feels a little bit cold. Yes, he was there at the hospital for the surgery and everything, but it didn't give warm energy. He did tell her to stay at home and rest though, so I won't drag him. That just might be his personality. Then we have Drew and Angela link up. You said acting pays all the bills, Drew, but then in the same breath you said that your album is doing well. Girl, both cannot be true. Fast forward, the girls is having a spa day. I think it was Phaedra, Porsha, K. Michelle, and Cynthia. And K. Michelle is talking about her health issues and what happened when she went to do the honors performance. And then Porsha blurts out, "You had a miscarriage?" Which I didn't really care for either. But health conversations can get awkward. I have more thoughts about how Kay reacted to that, but that'll be later on in the video. As far as Shamia is concerned, kudos to her for starting her run and everything. But like I said, it's given that her husband has a very strong disinterest and he just wants a trophy wife. Pinky need to tell her husband about that bankruptcy also. Which I see in the previews she is, because the vows are for better or for worse. As far as K. Michelle and her little social media rant against Porsha and linking up with the girls to talk shit and call Porsha names or whatever, was not fucking with it. I don't like friends who take their ass to social media before they come to me. That's a done deal. I don't give a damn who you are. And I already said how I feel about Pinky talking about Phaedra eats people. Like, girl, shut up. Now this Drew and Black thing, he pretty much let it be known that he ain't taking shit serious until she get a divorce. And when it comes down to Angela with this whole house thing, I get it. You know, I watch what happens live, and I do see that, you know, Charles ended up jumping on board because, you know, he loves his wife, whatever. But I do hope that she can sell this house. Even though things got a little bit more interesting this episode, I still was grasping at straws. So we are at the final scene with K. Michelle and Porsha having their little sit down. And it kind of irritated me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like K. Michelle is sensitive about trying to conceive and it not happening yet, and she's projecting those feelings onto Porsha. Porsha apologized. It seemed genuine, and K. Michelle still feels like it was bullshit. So, but in the same breath, you also said that you were going to give her the benefit of the doubt. So if you're going to do that, then let it go. The season hasn't really fully picked up yet, but it's getting there. So tell me I'm wrong.